Welcome to the Horror Friendly Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Horror Friendly Podcast, part of the You Run Podcast Network. My name is Katie, and I am joined, as always, by my cider soulmate, Chantal.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so good.
Very
Yeah,
good. Are you on the cider?
I'm not on the cider. I'm on water, which is boring as fuck. But
Same. You can tell we're
yeah,
recording on a work night rather than a weekend.
I know. We always say about like how we've got wine and cider and stuff when we record, but yeah, we're frauds.
It's actually normally when we're editing. That's why it all goes to shit.
Mm, literally, yeah. Or if we're together
Mm.
physically, then alcohol is involved.
Or when we're watching the film.
Yeah, anytime,
Yeah.
really.
We basically encourage you, unless you're driving, to drink while you listen so that we make more sense.
Yes.
But
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Chantal and Katie, taking with alcohol.
Yeah.
Better taking with alcohol.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so true.
Hey, it makes a better experience. Anyway,
Yeah.
are we ready for this week's film?
I'm ready. I'm born ready.
Okay. So this week we have decided to cover Clive Barker's 1987 Hellraiser. A couple moves to an old house to find the man's brother and the wife's former lover, who has turned into an ugly beast. He now bids the woman to bring him human sacrifices to help him be whole again. Katie, was this your first time watching? Have you seen this? You must have seen this before.
Yeah, I've seen this before. There's a
Sure we've spoken
picture.
about it.
Yeah, and there's a picture of me and you on my webcam, holding it up. I'm pretty sure it's the Hellraiser DVD case.
Why were we doing that? I
Um,
can't remember, but yes, I do remember the picture.
I don't know why we're doing that. I think that was Hellraiser and Children of the Corn that we were both holding up. I will try and find that picture. Yeah, so I watched it a while ago, but since like watching it again, like for this, I hadn't watched it in so long, so I'd forgotten quite a lot of it, of like how much I enjoyed it. So it was quite nice. It was kind of like watching it for the first time because it was like, I don't know, I didn't remember a lot from it. So yeah, what about you?
No, so this is one I definitely watched when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think you just see Pinhead on the cover and it's like, what is this? What is this? Like that's such an extreme SFX. I think
Mm,
it just pulled me in. And I think that's it. I just loved it as a kid because it was all like the really extreme side of horror makeup. And I was like, this is so cool. Although
mm,
watching it this time as well, and it might be because obviously, like once you see, I think there's 10 in this series. Um, I don't think Clive Barker's involved with all of them, but obviously having seen number two, it's kind of you kind of forget how little they actually spend. Well, they don't go to hell in this one, but it's weird how little the Cenobites are here. Um,
mm.
and also, did they say the word Cenobites? I might have missed it. If they did,
Yeah,
but I
I don't
don't
know.
think we know what they are at this point. Like it's weird how you have that image and you're like, actually, they're not. It's almost like Candyman, or
Mm,
yeah, they're like a smaller part of their own film. It's like or Hannibal, like they don't
yeah.
actually turn up till like an hour in.
Mm. Yeah, so true. Like, I think they were named Cenobites, like I think on Wikipedia they're named
Yeah.
as them, but I don't think they're ever referred to. Like, I don't think they're like introduced. I know that Pinhead, like, that wasn't even like, I don't think
That
that
was
was
his
even made
name.
up at that point. No, I think the lead Cenobite, was just lead Cenobite in the credits.
Yeah.
But apparently fans and crew called him Pinhead, which apparently, Clive Barker hated. Um, because it's such a serious character that he didn't want to be known as Pinhead because that kind of gives it that kind of goofy vibe, which is really interesting because like he's so iconic now.
Yeah. And that's the problem is like, well, do you know what Clive Barker wanted him to be called?
No?
Just putting you on the spot there. But no, I just wondered because I was like, yeah, it's really hard to be like, you can't call him that. But it's like, well, you haven't given us another option.
Well, I think on the credits it was lead Cenobite, so maybe they just wanted to be like known as the Cenobites.
Maybe. Yeah, because the female Cenobite, that's all she's called. And they don't even, I was
Yeah,
like, come on, give her a name.
yeah, and she was one of the creepiest.
Yeah.
So
And I think even
mm,
in the second one, that's what she was known as. I was like,
yeah,
huh, come on, guys.
yeah. So it's only the lead one that gets a name.
Gets any mention, any recognition. Very rude. I don't know. But yes, so it's just again like they're not the main, but the main antagonist is Frank. So it is kind of funny that, yeah, that's what you always think about. And then you've got Skiller's Frank, who's actually like hella creepy. Well,
That's really
creepy
true.
because he's a man demanding stuff of a woman and being a bit of a shit. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Frank, she's kind of into it. I mean, Frank was a dickhead from the start. Like before he was, you know,
a mess.
whatever, a mess. Yeah, like literally lasagna on the floor. Like yeah, he was a dick before that. Like as soon as he got into Julia's life, like he wanted to ruin her marriage basically. So he was a cunt from the start.
Yeah, like she's not innocent in this, but it's
Absolutely not.
like again, and then he starts hitting on his niece, and it's like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah,
Like,
he has no
dude,
morals, like
no, he
nothing.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Like,
he's disgusting. Yeah.
yeah.
So you know you're right. Like the actual bad guy in this is Frank, like and Julia to like a certain extent, but
Yeah.
you know, she is definitely the bad guy in this as well.
Mm.
And it's weird, yeah, and you're right, like the Cenobites just kind of pop up at the end, like, or just kind of throughout the film, like, hey, we're still here.
But again, they're not actually the baddies. They're like, we're here for Frank. Like I know they're there for oh my god, I'm blanking on the daughter's name immediately. Kirsty.
Kirsty.
So they're like, oh, you know, but she was playing with the puzzle box. So again, it's the same as we were saying last week, like with Jaws. Like if you go in the water, you're calling the shark. Like if you're playing with the puzzle box, that's calling them. That's not on them. They're there for Frank, which is like actually, but if they're running hell, that's like Satan coming to get the person that escapes. Like actually, they're just doing their job. They're just the prison guards. So it's kind of weird because it's like they're not. They just look a bit BDSM scary, but they're not actually the bad guys.
There's a pattern here. So we're Team Bruce, and now we're Team Pinhead.
Team Cenobites.
Team Cenobites, yeah. I mean, you're right. They had a job to do, and they did it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I thought the ending was funny because it was kind of like they saved the day because obviously Frank was about to, you know, he was in like Larry's body and
Yeah.
he, you know, he was about to kill Kirsty, and the Cenobites just showed up, and it was like, yeah, like I'm rooting for these guys.
Yeah, and you are like actually they're here to save the day.
Yeah, essentially.
But they actually say it as well as like demons to some, angels to others, and I'm like, actually, yeah, that fits really well.
Demons to some, angels to others.
Because from Frank's point of view, they're not good people, but from Kirsty's point of view, at the end when they save her, they're good. So I love that take on them, that they're not, it's not so black and white.
Yeah, 100%. So what did you think of their overall look? Like, what did you think of each one?
Again, I think that's what drew me in when I was a teenager, and I was like, they're just like, I can't think of another horror film where that is the look, and it's so extreme. It's again like having pins through your head. It is very a joke, but it's very BDSM, where it's like chains and everything coming off them. I think, and it kind of gives that idea, obviously, that you know, what's that joke always do where it's like, you can't hurt me, look at what I do to myself. Like I always joke about it with exercise, but it literally is, if you're into like whips and chains and needles out of your head, like if you're then, you know, watching over someone in hell and willing to do torture on them, look at what they already do to themselves. Their level of torture is up there. Although one of them looks a bit like a slug, which kind of confused me a little bit.
Is that, I think that's Butterball Cenobite?
I think that's Butterballs.
Oh, they're all so good. Like
they are.
They're very effective. Like, yeah. And I felt like when I was watching this film, a lot of it was very creepy and it like made me itch in some parts. And like, I thought a lot of it was really creepy, like Kirsty's dream.
Yeah.
And it was like that crying baby. I thought that was genuinely like quite scary. And I think the Cenobites looked fucking great. Like, still so effective now and still like scary now. Like Butterball, chattering Cenobite, who was great. And then lead Cenobite and then female. So I thought all of them I thought the SFX was fucking incredible. And still just very like, you could see a lot of influence. Like it reminded me a lot of 13 Ghosts. Like I feel like 13 Ghosts took a lot of like inspiration from this. And
actually, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, each one had like their own story.
Their own
look.
story.
It wasn't just here they all go.
Yeah. And I was so impressed. Like I forgot how creepy they all were.
Yeah, I think that's again when you like see pictures and stuff, you're like, yeah, that's the Cenobites.
Yeah.
And then you see them in the film, you're like, fuck, the way they act as well is just so creepy.
Yeah.
What was Chatter in the second one? He has eyes. So apparently they did
Excellent.
actually film a scene to explain like him having the operation to like show his eyes, but he requested it because he's like, I can't see. So I kind of love that though, because it was like making it easy. Obviously, they had a bigger role in the second film.
Yeah.
But that's really creepy in the first one where it's just his teeth.
Yeah.
And it is I think
It's
yeah,
so
like,
creepy.
it's so uncomfortable. Like, yeah, you are like, if I had to live like that, that'd be so uncomfortable. So yeah.
I know. Like you see them and you think like, oh my God, you must be in so much pain. But obviously that's their entire vibe. But like, honestly, I'm just like, I'm in pain looking at you.
But I love as well, like they make it that, you know, pain is their thing, pain is their pleasure. Because there's comments they make about that, like, don't cry, it's a waste of good pain or something. Like,
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
and again, that's their, you know, that's their kink. So
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Clive Barker, if he did anything, he's certainly not kink shaming. And it's kind of an interesting subject too, because obviously this is based on a book that Clive Barker wrote, but like it's kind of a cool idea for a horror film, like kind of similar to American Mary, where it's all about what's the word?
body modification.
Thank you, body modification. Like that was kind of an interesting subject to put in a horror film, and I felt like the whole like obviously this is on the extreme side of BDSM. This is all about hell and you know demons and things, but like it's kind of a cool idea to incorporate into a horror film.
I mean, they would have loved American Mary, let's be honest.
Yeah, definitely. The Soska sisters are probably like. I wonder if they took a bit of inspiration from Hellraiser. You know?
Oh, they must have. Like, even unintentionally, just been like, we've all seen it and we're all like, look at that. That is badass.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such an influential film. Like,
it's so good.
So good.
So on the makeup, I know so definitely for the lead Cenobite, but a lot of their makeup like took like 6 hours to get like all the pins and everything done. And Skinless Frank. So this is where it gets really interesting as well, because so Frank is played by, I came off my page, I was stupid.
Sean Chapman plays Frank Cotton.
But when he's then Skinless Frank, he's played by Oliver Smith, because Oliver Smith is skinnier. So obviously to play someone without their skin and muscle, they needed someone way skinnier, but who kind of still looked like Sean Chapman, but then also looked slightly closer to Larry, so that as the transformation goes on, he was kind of like a nice in-between. But his makeup also took 6 hours. But it wasn't like completely applied from scratch every day. It was a removable bodysuit, and then obviously got slimier as the film went on. However, his face, he couldn't sit with the mask and the tubes up his nose. And there was a clip of him being like, I'm sorry, I ruined that.
He went through hell.
So they had to like apply that from scratch every day. But I was like, to be fair, if it's just the head and the rest of it's all done, I feel like, you know, you still save them a shit ton of work like there.
Definitely.
But this is why I said she was like, we need to cover Hellraiser. So I went to a convention earlier this year, and I was volunteering, and my job was to sit with Oliver Smith all day. And I was literally sat there like, how the fuck did I luck into this? So I was sat there, we're chatting with him, but he could not speak higher about the film. He could not speak any higher about like everything that was made and like how it was all done. And he was like, yeah, the makeup took like 6 hours. We got it down to like 4, but he was just like, he didn't mind it. He didn't mind the process at all, loved it. And it was just really interesting, especially like you hear some horror stories from Hollywood. And I say Hollywood, like this was obviously an English film, but you know, Hollywood is a big umbrella. So it was really nice to just be like, actually, he didn't have a bad word to say. And we were sat as well, like Claire Higgins was there. I didn't get to talk to her as much, but like she was just chilling. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, but they were all just
where am I?
But like while we were just like waiting and like people were coming in, they were just sat catching up, and it was like so sweet and just like really lovely that they just had all these great stories. I was like, This is cool as fuck.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's great, amazing that you had the opportunity.
So weird.
And I do feel like when someone is in a horror film, like horror conventions, like they do hit different. Like I feel like actors and like people that have played like horror villains, they go to these things and they seem to just really enjoy themselves. Like it seems to be like a kind of like they like being here as much as people like meeting them. Like it seems to be a very like mutual thing, which is really nice.
It was really lovely, and it was like everyone that came up, he was so funny because he's got very good talent for geography, which is such a weird thing. But people be like, "Oh, I've come down from there," and he'd be like, "Oh, that's next to so and so," and he could name like every town in England. And I was like, "How are you doing this?" I was just sat there like, "I want to test you." Like it was really impressive. So he was just having these like really lovely chats with people, and again, it was that where he was like genuinely loving it, but they all were. It was really weird, like just sat that side of the panel being like, you guys are actually like enjoying this, because I think you do see conventions and you're like, oh, do they get bored being dragged out all the time? But they were all just having like a blast. It was really lovely. I mean, it was a smaller convention, so I don't know about the big ones if they are, just because I suppose they sit there for hours on end, but they all seem to be having a great time. And I was like, this doesn't seem so bad. Like he was in this film in the 80s, people still love it, adore it. They were quoting Frank to him and he was loving it. And now he's getting to do that. Do you know what I mean? And he was and I was like, what actually cool thing, play a really iconic character. And because conventions are now a huge thing, it was great. And they had all the photos out and it was just it was really cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool vibe, and it makes you proud to be a horror fan, I feel, because it's like all of these people are here for the same reason. We all just love this thing.
And they're all the nicest people. Like it's so funny.
It's like metal gigs, isn't it? It's like metal gigs. Like, yeah,
you know you're pretty safe in a metal gig, which is the weirdest. You're looking at everyone's dressed like a bloody Cenobite, and you're like, I am so safe here.
I feel so at home.
Oh, this is where I belong. It's so funny. Like you're walking around a horror convention with like all the clowns and that. It was like 7 a.m. I was like, there are people already done up in makeup and everything for the scare mazes. I was like, but you just know if something happened, they'd be the first ones to help. In character, but
but still
they'd be there. So I think it really did, especially like it really did kind of change my perspective of horror. And again, not like I never really thought of them as a bad thing, because on my other side was Lance Henriksen. So he was taking regular breaks, but what was really lovely was everyone in the queue was always like, take as long as you need. Like they would literally stand there and wait because they were like, that's what he needs. But he was traveling around with his daughter. And again, I was like, should he be doing this? Like, is this not a lot of pressure for him? But actually, every time he was talking to a fan and they were like, oh, we loved your work. And like, there were fans that had named their daughter after Riley. And then they were sat there and he was like quoting the film. And actually, he was loving having these conversations. So actually, that kind of changed my perspective, because I was like, you do see people getting older, still going to these conventions. You're like, is that not a lot for them? But actually, when they're talking to the fans, it was a really beautiful moment, but for both sides. So that actually did kind of change my perspective. That's what I mean when it's like, I think conventions are great, but that side, I was like, you see some older actors and you're like, let them have a break. But actually, somebody's still telling them they did a good job from something 50 years ago and it changed their life and all this. And actually, I was like, okay, fuck it. He's having a great day. And he was a real sweetheart as well. So yeah, amazing. I'm going on a massive tangent now. So
no, it's awesome. Side note, you said Riley. Did you mean Ripley?
Fuck, I didn't mean Ripley. Yeah.
It's just, you were on a really good thing, and I didn't want to interrupt you.
Ripley, put it over the top, dub it in. What's her name? Ripley.
I did Ripley, not Riley.
Not Riley. Fucking hell. No. Tell I haven't seen the film in a while, can't you?
Did you tell him your opinion on Alien, or did you?
No, because it was Aliens. Wait,
but you know, first one? Franchise.
No, I did not turn around and be like, just FYI, film's too long.
Yeah, just completely burst his bubble.
Can you all wake up a bit quicker next time? Thank you. Like,
yeah, probably not a good idea. Not a good idea.
No, I decided not to be that dick.
No,
I think I did text you on the day though. I was like, should I tell him? I was like, no.
No. Let's
be nice and polite. And again, like I feel like I have to explain some time. I like the film, just make the beginning quicker.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, still not over it.
No, clearly it really hurts some people, yourself and your brother included.
Yes. nightmare.
Yeah, James has not forgiven me.
No, he has not. He refuses to come back on. No, he doesn't. What you said was really interesting at one point when you were saying like Hollywood with Hellraiser, because that was one thing that I didn't love about the film was the dubbed over American voices. Because that was done for a reason. Clive Barker wanted this to be like authentically British. He wanted it to be set in England. He wanted all like, but I think the studios, they wanted it to appeal to more like US audiences. So they dubbed over a few kind of random voices, but some of them didn't make sense. Like there was a woman in a shop, and if it was set in the UK, she would have a British accent, but they dubbed over an American accent. And like the boyfriend had an American accent.
You all right?
And he wouldn't have done. So a lot of that was like a bit inconsistent, but it's hard for me to criticize that because Clive Barker was also like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. Like it took me out of it for a little bit, I must admit.
It's hard because they did the same with the location, because obviously it was filmed in England, very English looking houses. And then they tried to make the location like more, it could be anywhere. So it was almost like it was actually set on the east side of America. I think it was meant to be like northeast, but it was like that is the most English. And I know again, like some architecture in America does look English, but it's really funny that it was like it's pretty English. Sorry that we can do good films.
Yeah, and it was also confusing because like Larry, when they get to the house, he says to Julia, "Oh, like you're back in your in your old like whatever like as if like back in your old home basically." Like so what I thought he meant by that was like the UK. Like
you've come home.
Yeah. So that confused me even more. But it didn't take away how amazing the film was, but well, in a way it took me out of it ever so slightly when I heard those dubbed overs. Because I just kind of was like, oh, that's a shame that they had to do that.
Well, I thought, because like with the Sean Chapman Frank, like his voice is dubbed, but I thought that was because they were trying to get the Franks to sound the same. However, I think in the second one they don't dub him, so then they've got two different accents.
I watched the second one a long time ago, but I'm gonna watch it after we've recorded again. So I will find out.
But again, it's such a weird thing. Do you know what the other thing as well? It's like picking up on the weird things. Immediately, the first opening scene, they're sat there like with the box. This is a box. They're sat with the box, and he's got really dirty fingernails under his fingernails, but the top of his fingernails were clean. Yeah. I was like, so you've put the dirt there, because I'm sorry, but if you've been like actually playing with dirt, it's everywhere, and it's in the bed. It's not just under, it's all around. So immediately I was like, that shouldn't bug me as much as it does, but immediately takes you out. I'm like, I've already just started. I can't be out of the film already. Like,
and then when he's in the house about to do his thing, like his nails are like completely clean.
Yeah.
So I was like, come on,
consistency. Whoever was on fingers.
Yeah, we've got a bone to pick with you.
Real, just, yeah. That did take me out a little bit.
One thing I thought was kind of interesting was like first watching this was that Julia was pretty much like the main character in this film. Like it was very much centered around her and her past and like how she is with Frank now. And then kind of halfway through, it goes to it like the attention goes to Kirsty. So they obviously like wanted her to be like the final girl, and also she's like the protagonist, like you're rooting for her. But I thought it was really interesting because I did think Julia's death was slightly anticlimactic. Like it felt like we'd been following her story the entire time, and then she kind of just accidentally dies. And I thought she was a great character. Like she's meant to be, you know, not likable, but I think just the way that like Claire Higgins portrayed her was fucking great. And I would have liked to have given her a bit more of like an epic death.
Yeah, her death, as you say, was very, especially as well, like she'd done all of this for Frank. So for him to then literally, stab her in the back or stab her in the front, did seem a bit like, come on, do more, because like you say, like it was almost like she could have pushed him off. She could have fought that. Whereas actually, after everything, surely it could have been grander. Although didn't a lot of them die from just like hands in the neck, like ripping things out?
Yeah,
that was quite a common death, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like,
that was weird.
Is Frank like just ripping, shredding?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know, but I love that sequence where she just kept bringing men in. Like that was such a good, I don't know. I just thought like, oh, it was just so well done. And like she would slowly close the door and then you would see like skinless Frank like crawl over to the body. Oh, it was just peak fucking horror.
But like, this is the thing, because she's obviously married and very much loves her husband, apparently, because she does beg him not to be killed. So we're going to assume she does somewhat love her husband, but she's obviously like a bit obsessed with Frank. So when he like came out originally and he was like, I need more blood, would you automatically start killing for him, or would you have been like, I'm going to kill you? Or like, I don't know how long he's supposedly been dead for, but it seems a bit weird. He's come back and you're like, yeah, I'll kill for you, baby. Like, I don't know. It just seems like, would you do that?
Yeah, like straight away, she's just like, yeah, cool, I'm on it.
Yeah. And then I like that it changed her like character, and it was like, oh, I can now watch boxing because it doesn't freak me out as much. I've seen worse, but it's one of those, isn't it? It's like, what would you do for the person you love?
Yeah.
But it was quite,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it seemed like, I don't know whether it was kind of setting it up at the beginning when she was kind of looking around the house. She didn't look very happy. Like it was kind of, she did ask about him because no one knew like where Frank was. And you could tell she was thinking about him. So I don't know, I feel like it was kind of set up where she was unhappy. So maybe it would be like, oh my God, if I have a chance to be with him again, I'll do it.
True, actually.
But
Yeah,
like,
because she was keeping all his porno pictures.
yeah, she was keeping all of that. Like she was very much like still thinking about it. Like there were flashbacks to like when they first met and him in like the rain.
Hello. But like,
Hello.
she just saw how his house was kept. There was like maggots everywhere. He was sleeping on a mattress on
Yeah.
the floor. I'm like, is this really like the guy you
Yeah.
want to be with, the guy you want to kill for?
Yeah, I mean, this like again, like lasagna on the floor, is that what you want like to be with for the rest of your life?
Oh my God, I love it. It's lasagna on the floor. So is this who you choose?
Yeah, like really good. You could do better. Like,
Yeah. Come on, babe.
but I actually really love that scene when like Larry was on top of her and Frank was like behind him, like coming towards. I just thought like shit, he could turn around at any minute.
Was
So
it, she
yeah,
kept
that
shouting
didn't.
no, but it was like the rat, and I was like, I'm not being funny. Someone started killing a rat, I would start screaming as well, because you're just like, come on, like we're trying to do a thing here.
Yeah, I also thought that was kind of weird because she kept like saying no and like crying, and Larry didn't stop.
Yeah, he didn't stop straight away, which was like,
Yeah,
come on, the Cenobites can tell you all about consent. Like, other than Kirsty, do we like any character in this film? Actually, sorry, the Cenobites we like.
yeah, we like the Cenobites. I like Kirsty, like I'm rooting for Kirsty, but
Yeah.
I fucking love the Cenobites. Like I'm all for them.
But yeah, I just don't think it was her time to be taken by them. But like Julia, Frank, Larry, they were all not great.
They all kind of suck. Like, yeah, and they do. That's kind of, I don't know. I'm just team Cenobites.
Yeah. So come and get your people. Also,
Yeah.
why, like, when Kirsty's in the hospital and the doctor's like, here, this might jog your memory, and like gives her the box, would you automatically try and open it after? Because Frank was like screaming not to, and he was like still do at that point. So why would you be like, well, clearly nothing went wrong for him? Like, no, everything went wrong. He's inside out. Like,
yeah, he's a great example of why I should open this box.
and she's just there like, la 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 la. I'm like, no, put the fucking box down.
Yeah.
Like,
but then she needed to open it. So the Cenobites would be like, oh, cool, where's Frank?
True. But it's just one of those where it's like, why?
Yeah.
Also, why is this puzzle box so easy to open?
I know. Like at the end when she attacks them all, it's just like, yeah, I got this. I'm at a rhythm where I can just...
It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube, but like a really easy one. Like, why?
It's way too easy to open.
Way too easy to open the portal to hell.
It should be slightly harder.
Like, I feel like I know, hell is for bad people, whatever, but like, make it a challenge. Because this is the thing, it's not like you've died and gone to hell for being an arsehole. This is like picking the lock to hell. Like, it should be difficult.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
you
they're really asking for it.
From Pinhead to be able to pick that lock. Like, it should be that hard. You should have already been to hell to be able to open the fucking box. But no. The fucking child would pick that up off the fucking parents' mantelpiece and just be like, la 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 la, and then end up in fucking hell.
Well, maybe that's what makes it scary.
Maybe. Because it's just really easy. Maybe it's a metaphor. It's actually really easy to go to hell. It's really easy to be a piece of shit and go to hell.
If you make the wrong decisions.
That's our motto this week.
Yeah, it is. I kind of liked how dark it was at the end, the fact that like Frank's wearing Larry's face. Like, I forgot that Larry died in this. Like, that's pretty savage. Considering he's like one of the main characters.
But like, why is Kirsty just casually like hugging him when he's got like leaking? Like, have you not noticed the face transplant? Like,
yeah, like all the goo like around his scalp, and
she can break into hell, but she doesn't recognize scar tissue. Like, what? It's not even scar tissue, it's a fucking open wound. Kirsty's not a great final girl. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna put it out there. I actually love the character, but I just don't. She's not a believable final girl.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
She's lacking the common sense here.
Yeah, I do think Andrew Robinson, who played Larry, I thought he was really great at like switching his complete character like halfway through. So that was really fun. I think they were both very effective. Like the first half, you mainly had him as just like the kind of loving husband father. Who didn't really, he was just kind of clueless.
Yeah.
But the second half was like, he just did a really good job in just changing it. And his whole like facial expressions changed, and he did a really good job of like betraying a really sinister, like evil character, like very quickly.
Yeah, no, he was good at it, actually.
Yeah, it was good. And it was like watching Frank, like,
yeah. It's like when I can't remember the line now, but it's when they switch. So she like he says something and it gives it away to Kirsty that it's not her dad, it's her uncle.
Oh yeah.
Come to daddy.
Apart from the scar tissue, it's
no, she didn't
something.
notice that.
No,
he said a physical line, and she went, "Oh, Frank said," because Frank had said it to her upstairs.
Was it "come to daddy" or something?
I was thinking that.
Kirsty, it's Frank. It's Uncle Frank.
No.
You remember?
No.
Come to daddy.
It was something creepy and gross.
Yeah, because "come to uncle" doesn't really have the same, which is weird. Still creepy, but doesn't have the same creepy connotations.
Yeah, not quite like daddy, is it? Yeah. I mean, Frank said that to Julia, and Julia still shagged him. Like, that's mental to me. Like, she must have some daddy issues.
Like, Pinhead would be a fucking better choice at this rate.
Yeah, Pinhead would be a better daddy.
Oh no, we've gone way back to our early days when it's like, who's the daddy?
Charlie, she's back.
Oh my god, it's been a long time.
Daddy dick energy, yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Anywho, yeah. I don't really know what else to add.
No, there's so much in this film, and it's so much fun to talk about because I feel like I was just engaged the whole time. Like, I was never ever like, I say earlier, like with the accents and stuff, that was obviously something that did take it out for me. But in general, like I was just fully like, I wanted to know what happened from start to finish. Like, I was just enjoying it the entire time.
And I think that's it. Once you finish it, you immediately want to watch the next one. Like, it's really that kind of vibe. There are some bits, like, because it was 1987, the makeup, don't get me wrong, is fantastic. It's really held up until, for me, it's when they do like the proper close-ups. And it was like right at the beginning where they like hooked his skin and you could tell it was fake skin. Yeah. But I think because it was so close up, but obviously that meant they didn't have to build an entire person. I think for me, that was a little bit obvious, but we're more forgiving because it was 1987. But when it was like the scars were like further out, and like again, Skinner's Frank looked fucking incredible. They turned a guy inside out, or took his skin off, and he looked amazing. And then for some reason the skin didn't look as good. But I think that was more about like the zoom in. However, when they ripped his face and there was just like a puzzle face of Frank on the floor, fucking iconic, absolutely incredible. So I think it's really funny. What's incredible, like, and then the Cenobites looked amazing, and then she got chased down the hallway by that weird upside down slug thing, but you could see the trolley it was getting pushed on. So I was like, it's really hard because some bits look incredible and other bits you're like, hang on, I can see the guy in the morph suit. So those bits, and I don't think I think the trolley let it down a bit. I don't think the fake skin let it down, because again, it's at the time that would have looked amazing. But yeah, unfortunately, being able to see the wheels did let it down a bit. I wish they'd kind of disguised that in a different way if they weren't going to get rid of them. Although apparently the guy that was in it was one of the SFX artists. He was like, obviously stood in it, so his feet were at the bottom, like controlling the hands, and the head that was upside down, and he was up the top. It was very. I'll try and find a picture of it, like from behind the scenes, because it looked really fucking bizarre. But
oh my god,
it was very cool. The dedication.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So fucking good. So, tell, would you survive the Cenobites in Hellraiser?
So, well, I know I've taken the piss out of the puzzle box. I mean, like, it's really fucking easy. However, I suck at puzzle boxes. So I have a really funny feeling I would, because I would just have a block and have given up after like 3 seconds and been like, I can't open it.
Right, okay, yeah, so you would have survived because you wouldn't have released them. Yeah, okay.
Although if I saw a skinless man on the floor who was like, help me, I probably would want to help him. But I don't know if I'd go as far to murder for him, because I'm not saving a life if I'm taking another. So I feel like I wouldn't accidentally call the Cenobites. However, if they turned up, I don't know if I'd survive them.
No, you know what? I would just call the police.
I don't even think that. I think we would just assume we were in a metal club.
Or that, yeah.
You and I would be like, this is nothing unusual.
That's true.
It's like, shit, is it Saturday night? Let's go.
Yeah. Off to a metal night, let's go. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't survive them if I released them, because I don't know if I'd know how to like put them back in the box. Like, I don't think I would think that quickly on my feet. Like, when I'm stressed, I feel like I don't think properly. So I wouldn't be able to get them back in. Not get them back in.
Get in the box.
They're not genies, but you know what I mean.
Please get in the fucking box. I'll throw you some Haribo.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Genies. I tell you what's not in the box is genies.
Yes. Oh yeah, it is not. The complete opposite of not of a genie, but yeah, so we're kind of maybe we would, depending on the situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
It's funny to me that how many boxes, like at the end, they're just giving away the next one. I'm like, how many of these fucking boxes are there? Like, I think there was a few to like do different patterns with, but I just like, and again, I think in the second one there goes more into that. But I just think it's really funny. Like, how many boxes have they got? Or was it the same box?
I think it was the same box, because that weird guy that like was homeless turned into that weird bird and took the box.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah, I think it was the same box.
Yeah. So
Either
that,
way.
yeah.
Again, well, I was going to say, hopefully it's only one, because otherwise, again, this really easy key to get into hell is everywhere.
It's just in every shop.
So every Christmas present, it's just casually there.
Yeah.
Puzzle
the
box
Cenobites are busy.
Yeah, they're really trying to recruit. Like, what was your favorite spooky moment, and what are you giving this spookies out of 5?
You know what? When you were actually saying about the skin, I'm gonna say this. My favorite spooky moment was, Larry Frank at the end when his face is stretched and he says like Jesus wept or something. I don't know why he says that. Weird, but
Jesus wept.
Apparently, that was added on the day.
Oh,
like it wasn't the original line, and I can't remember who suggested it. But Clive Barker loved it, the actor loved it, so they just went with it.
Cool. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Just love that. It was kind of so like campy, dramatic, and like gory, and it was just a great end to the film. And I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5 spookies. It was going to be a 5. I just think like the dubbing over and maybe Julia's death just took it down ever so slightly for me. But like top tier fucking horror film. Great. You can see so many, like how much this film has influenced filmmakers for years to come, and like it's just so fucking good. Yeah. What about you?
I think my spooky moment is going to be when you first see Frank, like skinless Frank, not deviant Frank, because I think again, like the idea of seeing someone literally coming back to life as a fucking bit by bit, and like when it's just like growing. Apparently that was done in reverse. Sorry, I'm adding in so many facts. And it was like they built it up and then they like melted it down. But like that for me is like the thing when the dogs all come together.
Yeah.
And again, thoughts on the thing, but I was very complimentary about the aspects. But I think for me as well, that is like so iconic that I just think it's and then, but yes, it was like all gooey and I love it. But I think that's so fucking creepy. And I just think, again, like if you casually went into your attic and there was a skinless guy there, be a bit freaky. Yeah. So I love that concept. And again, I like you say, like this is, I think I'm gonna go. I feel like I have to give it a 5 because my Derby name is named after this film.
Fuck yeah.
So I feel like I have to give it a 5. Again, I think this had such an impact on me when I was younger because it was every bit of SFX. I know there's a couple of bits, as I said, haven't aged well, or like you know, but that's like little bits. For the majority, this has aged so well. They were doing things so early that we've seen in a couple of other films, but you know, it was just setting those trends, doing those techniques, and like really making a name for itself that way. I love that every Cenobite and Skinner's Frank all have such a unique look. As you say, I do think some of the kills are a bit easy, but I just kind of love it, and it's such a fucking disgusting film. I love it. But I also love as well that like a lot of horrors at this time were getting a bit silly because of like, you know, get, as you say, like a bit campy, a bit I was gonna say Cabin in the Woods, Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all getting a little bit jokey, whereas this one was actually back to like horror. So I really like that.
Yeah, so good. And one bonus question for you.
Ooh.
Are you going to be maybe recreating Pinhead at some point on your SFX account?
You know what? I was actually thinking, I was like, that's a look I've never tried. And I feel like I've got to think of a way to try and do it. I was actually, because we always do it for Halloween at Roller Derby, we always do a Halloween night where we all turn up in costume. And I was joking that I should do Hellraiser because of my name. And I need to make my helmet covered in the pins. But either way, I haven't figured out how to do, I've never sat down and done it. So I may need to go to a shop and get a lot of nails. Because if you're going to do it right, right?
Absolutely. Watch the space, guys. Follow SFX Vital.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, it will be a while.
Busy. I haven't touched that account in a while. I feel very, very terrible.
Well, if you haven't followed it already, make sure you follow it.
Eventually, I'll get back to something. October's coming. Gives me a reason.
Exactly. It's fine.
But until then, do join us again next week after, whenever we put up another episode. Again, we've been very busy recently, so thank you so much for being patient with us while we take and do what we can. But that was our Hellraiser episode. Follow us on all the socials, like, subscribe, it really does help us. So you know what to do. And until then, don't die.
Bye-bye. Don't die.
Bye. I said don't die. I didn't say bye, did I? I said don't die.
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with me tonight?
We'll just end it there.